Can a couple of average gym bros really convince
the most obese country to make gym free?
You're probably wondering, how did we even make this happen? Who's covering the cost? And more importantly, will free gyms put a dent in obesity? We all know that leaders hold immense power, and sometimes they use that power to make bold, unexpected decisions. See that guy next to me? That's the Prime Minister of the most obese country in Europe. In fact, in this video, you will not only see how we convinced him, but how we ended up exceeding our own expectations. Let's jump right in.
Picture living in one of the most obese countries in the world.
Where everywhere you look, there's a neon sign promising cheap, quick meals.
Fried food, sugary drinks, so easy to indulge in, but yet so hard to resist. Every day, people are caught up in the same cycle.
Eat, work, go home, repeat. And the gym's expensive, and with inflation, they're even more out of reach for a lot of people, especially young adults who want to be healthy but just can't afford it.
And this got us thinking, what if we could flip the script? What if we could give young people the chance to break free from this cycle? This idea was a bit of an accident, but we'll get to that later. Before we show you how we brought this whole idea to life, we need to take a couple of steps back.
My friend Scott and I started Bulletproof Culture with the goal to motivate and inspire individuals to live better through fitness and self-development. We started small, hosting fitness events, setting up challenges, and helping people transform their bodies and mindset. We spent hours creating content and documenting everything in the process. As our reach grew, we were able to land sponsorship deals. That support led us to chase a bigger dream, to build the first proper public outdoor gym. The first, because the country where we're from did not have any.
And by now, you're probably wondering, where is this all happening?
Malta, the most obese country in Europe, with a population of 500,000 people. The Mediterranean lifestyle here means a diet rich in carbs and fats, with foods like bread and olive oil playing a big part.
But there's one traditional food that stands out as a major contributor to the country's obesity, and that is pastizzi. By far, one of my favorite foods when I was younger growing up in Malta, and you can see it's always packed. This is something gorgeous. These flaky pastries filled with cheese or peas are cheap, delicious, and everywhere. These slap, but that's the problem. Each one costs around 50 cents and they pack 400 calories, which is quite crazy.
Anyways, enough about food, back to business. So, our first public outdoor gym was a super hit, and all of a sudden, we had our fitness park boom era. We built a total of 5 in the span of 1 year, and this led us to work with some of the biggest names in the fitness industry. We invited the likes of Mike Thurston, Stan Brownie, Niall Wilson, Vlada, and many others, with the goal to not only promote fitness in the most obese country, but push our brand to the next level.
So after launching Muscle Bay, our 5th public outdoor gym, we had this momentum. But at the same time, there was this lingering sense that we could do something even bigger. We needed that one idea that could impact a lot of individuals at one go. I remember this moment really clearly. It was like 9 a.m, still early. I came here and I started checking my phone. And this guy, Ben, messaged me. He's a gym bro, he's 16, he's a big follower of ours, and he's like, let me do some videos for you. And I told him, yes, why not? I put my phone away, and boom. I was like, what if we make gym free for every 16-year-old? And I said it out in the open. And there was Max and Scott, they just looked at me. And long story short, we managed to get the contact of the Prime Minister's office, and I phoned them. Gyms free for every 18-year-old in the country. I know it's a bit mad. I don't know, maybe if we could set a meeting or something to discuss more.
لا فهمني لا شيء diffiċli xed tipproponi għadib però l-iktar nisra mill-lek jien u forsi nċekkilek ma' dipartiment ta' ġurnat ħalli forsi nagħmlu din il-laqa li tixtieq.
All right, let's start from there. Let's start with the meeting, and at least we. So the meeting ended up taking place on the 22nd of August, and this is my reaction right after.
Remember, guys, when I said keep pushing when you hit a milestone? Just now, we had a meeting with the Office of the Prime Minister because we came up with some really interesting concepts that can change everything. Let's go.
Long story short, they said we need a solid offer to even have a chance at convincing the Prime Minister of our idea. So that's exactly what we did.
Let's create an offer that he can't refuse. But before we create an offer, where do we even start with tackling obesity? It comes down to 2 key factors. Firstly, how much food we consume, and secondly, how much we move. As cliche as it sounds to all fitness experts out there, it comes down to calories in versus calories out. So let's start addressing the obesity crisis from a nutritional angle. Even the Prime Minister himself raised this issue. But here's my question to you. Do people who aren't active actually care about what they eat in the first place?
Would working out motivate you to make better food choices?
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
I already make good food choices. It would.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, for sure.
Yep.
This means if we incentivize people to move more, we'll actually hit two birds with one stone. So back to the offer. The right offer needs to fall in the right ear. He's not just any Prime Minister. He's a former bodybuilder. Similar to us, he started his fitness journey as a teenager. If we want to tackle this crisis, we need to think of something simple that can hold long-term value. A 2019 Pure Gym study, one of the world's largest gym franchises, showed most gym goers start working out from ages 18 to 24 years old. Interestingly, this country has one of the highest gym membership costs relative to its average salary. So, our idea makes a lot of sense, right? 18 is the youngest age where we can remove most liabilities. And it's also when a lot of people start hitting the gym. Removing the cost barrier would make it so much easier for them to get started. And as we mentioned, nutrition tends to follow naturally. Once someone's investing time in the gym, they're way more likely to start thinking about what they're eating too.
Now on to the numbers. There are 4,200 18-year-olds. An average gym membership comes to €400. The total would equate to 1.68 million. Now, a study found that if we lower the BMI by 5%, we could save the population approximately €140 million by the year 2035. So if we invest here, we can save over here.
In the meantime, we got an official invite from the Prime Minister himself. His team added that he was very keen to hear us out.
Ejja guys, spjegaw li aħjar ħalli jirnexxilkom tikkonvinċuni fuq dak li ressaqtulna llum.
How much the gym membership cost when you were 18?
Għat li l-ura 1996 naħseb. Jidilli x'5 liri Maltin fix-xahar kienet bej wieħed ieħor.
That's like €10.
Ftit iktar minn 11.65.
And now it costs 5 times the amount. We're all aware of the cost of living, but it's not just that. It's also a cultural one. We pull data from the fittest country in Europe. 55% of Danish train for 2 hours per week. Now in Malta, it's only 12%. Prime Minister, we're both passionate about fitness, but this idea is not about us, it's about the future generation. We think this idea could solve one of the biggest problems we're facing in this country and change the future of this country forever. Our vision is to make gym free for every 18-year-old in this country.
Se nkunu qed nikkonsidrawha sew, nitħattu wkoll man-nies responsabbli mill-finanzi, però se nkunu qed nikkonsidrawha b'serjetà.
Okay, so here's where things get interesting. We had 5 days to bring our proposal to life. 5 days before Budget Day, when the government of Malta reveals every single new policy for the upcoming year. By Wednesday, we filmed everything and immediately started editing, pushing to make every second count. And we knew we had to act fast to make our idea heard. And years of hard work and months of planning, meetings, filming, we pressed that button and went live. There was that moment of silence and the whole thing erupted. All our followers went crazy. They started sharing it. It went locally viral, and we even got some good suggestions to optimize our idea even further. And you know how we are. We're gonna make that happen. Did you see what we posted so far?
Mela dem, proset ta' xogħol qed tagħmlu, Il-ħader baqgħet tkellimnu onestament issorprendejtuni.
Thank you. The feedback has been really good overall. Like, all our followers went crazy, it went viral. But we got some feedback to potentially widen the age bracket. I know it might be a bit too late. I don't know if you've seen anything from your end as well.
Mela kemm jienu kemm xi membri parlamentari oħra segwejna xi kummenti ġenerati wara budget. U fimni, wasalna saw issa nistgħu naħdmu biex nsaħħu l-idea flimkien. Żgur mhux forsi.
And as you may know, everything happened so quickly. So before we knew it, we were there on the sofa and we had 5 hours in front of us listening closely to the budget to see if our idea will get approved. And that's when I got a bit emotional. I started remembering my earliest days at the gym. I was so insecure to go. I had no idea what I was doing.
I made so many friends through the gym, and I realized that it became home. I used to use a stone, I used to use every single corner of the gym, I used to know it all by heart. And this whole idea, this whole proposal, in that moment, I realized how much it meant to make gyms free for so many people.
Għalina l-eżerċizzju fiżiku huwa proċess tul il-ħajja li jrid jibda minn kmien kemm jista' jkun. Għalhekk is-sena d-dieħla
Oh my God.
il-gvern se jkun qed iħallas l-ewwel siċċur ta' sħubija ma' ġimma żgħażagħ.
Oh shit! Oh my God! Look at oh shit! Look at oh shit! We just made gyms free! Fucking right! For 18, 19, and 20-year-olds! Shit, bro! They listen to us!
And just like that, our idea became reality. Two gym bros at heart watching their vision unfold right before their eyes. The news spread like wildfire, making headlines across the country. People applauded the initiative and messages from the younger generation poured in, filled with gratitude and excitement.
If we could go back in time and tell our 16-year-old selves when we had just started hitting the gym, that would make gym free for every 18, 19, and 20-year-old, young Adam would have a huge smile on his face.
Because that's what dreamers do. They turn vision into action and make the impossible possible.
So guys, after 2 whole months, you've seen the whole story unfold. We're back here at the familiar place. We're going to have a reflection with the Prime Minister himself, so let's go in. Prem, it's been over a month now. We've been working on this for 2 months. What was your initial reaction when you heard about this back in September, October with your team when we were floating around the idea? What was like your initial feeling?
Kont entużjast ħafna tija idea brillanti u xtaqt li ġiet lilna biex inkun onesti jak.
After it all went out, we had those days to post all the content because our schedules, we had to align to do everything. And as we saw, like the reactions, we got millions of views. Everyone was so happy from our side. The feedback was positive and constructive, and you took on that feedback really well. From your end, how was it? Like when you were out going for a coffee, when you were here in Castile, when you were speaking to your family and friends, what was the overall public sentiment when we came out with this idea?
Meta tħabbret kont impressjonat bir-reazzjonijiet pożittivi, inkredibbli. Difatt imbagħad kellha ħafna domandi imma għaliex ma testendewux iżjed? Għaliex ma tmorrux lejn etajiet ikbar ukoll? Dak huma diskussjonijiet li sejret ikollna magħkom ukoll biex miżura li twildet mod tajjeb ħafna nemmen nistgħu nespandu u noħolqu ħafna benefiċċju.
We're approximately one month and a half away, 6 weeks out from this policy making its way through. Are you excited for it?
Ħafna u konvint li se jkun hemm uptake qawwi għaliha. Hemm aspettattiva tajba ħafna u definittivament se jkun hemm suċċess fiha l-miżura.
Super, it was a pleasure to work with you on this idea, and people who come up to me, like I always say, with Bulletproof and with everything we do, we want to work with people who come up with solutions to improve the quality of life for everyone who's involved in our circle, be it in Malta, and eventually maybe we take our message further on. But that's one of our goals, our missions as a brand. And that, my friends, is the full story of how we managed to convince the Prime Minister of the most obese country to make gyms free for 6 months for every 18, 19, and 20-year-old. If you like this video, it would mean the world to me and my team. We've been working 4 hard weeks on this video to go like, subscribe, and comment. We will keep you up to date with all the implementations. See you soon.